So, good evening everyone. Been a bit of a while since I've done a video, but that's just the way things have gone at the moment. Actually quite busy, which is a positive thing. Okay, so we're going to have a quick look at this little Lowe and Fletcher's combination guard lock. I'm going to bring it in, hopefully it'll focus nicely on it. As you can see there, it says combination guard at the top, and it says 3 bolts, 2 guards, and it's got the lovely Lowe and Fletcher trademark in the middle there, the 2 squirrels with a padlock in the middle. So I bought this off eBay partly because it's the Lowe and Fletcher's, and I quite like Lowe and Fletcher locks. I like the trademark, but also I was quite intrigued as to what the 3 bolts 2 guards meant. So first thing to note is that it's a snap lock, as in, you don't need to use the key to lock it, you just push it shut and it's locked. Interestingly, the key goes in, and I don't think it's the original key, I do think it's been cut, but anyway, the key goes in, you turn the key and you hear this click but nothing happens, and then it gets you back to the beginning, and that confused me for a little bit. So I put some tension onto the shackle and I turned it round through 90, turned the key all the way around, and the lock opens. So we're going to open this up because it's been opened up previously. I could sort of tell that when I looked at this on eBay. The pins within the body are slightly deformed, and they've come, well, they're more pronounced. You can see them, which you really shouldn't be able to do if it's been put together properly and manufactured nicely. You probably wouldn't be able to see those very well as new. So we'll take it apart, have a quick look on the inside. Right, changed angle. Hopefully this is better for everybody, and we might have to zoom in a touch. There we are. Okay, I'm going to try and do this sort of first person. First time I've tried this. So what we've now got is the shackle, nothing very exciting about that. The front of the body, now this has all of the pins in it, both for the shackle and to hold the thing together. The date, I'm assuming, in the corner there on the ear, on the shackle guard ear, 1932. And as you can see, the keyhole cover is free floating and is held in place by a small grub screw, which is either been pressed, possibly pressed, or screwed in after it's been held in place, put in place. So that holds it at both ends, top and bottom. So that's quite nice. I'm assuming it was cast originally and then machined out. It looks rough cast on the inside. So there we are, 1932. That's the front of the cover. Now comes the interesting bit. So first thing to note, if I can find myself my little pointer, that will do. First thing to note is that it has lost a pin. There would have been a pin about here for the springs to work off. Now it still works, but the springs are basically pushing off the side of the case now. So probably either someone over stressing it, or when someone took it apart they've damaged it. I don't quite know which. Anyway, what do we have? We have 3 levers, and they're free floating levers. They all move individually. They are just side movements, they don't go up and down. They have a spring each, and they also are part of the bolt mechanism. So each of the levers is a third of the bolt. So they move individually, forming the bolt. So that's your 3 levers, or your 3 bolts, sorry, as it says on the front. Now your 2 guards are this front plate, and then there is another plate just here in between the first 2 bolts, as they call it, and the last bolt. So there's a fixed plate just there. So those are basically acting like wards. So what you have is a ward at the front, a guard, 2 movable levers, 2 of the bolts, then another fixed ward or the guard, and another movable lever or bolt. So as you can see, the key will go in and it will engage. If I hold everything forwards, it will move either side of the wards, it will engage with the bolts, it will pull the bolts back, and then if there was a pin, or in this case the side of the casing, they get pushed back again. So that's why it works as a snap shut, as a push shut, because you can just push these bolts aside using the shackle coming down and they'll snap back into place. And also it's why you need to pull the shackle to undo it, because as it opens you just go past that certain point and then they will snap back once the key isn't holding them open. Apart from that, it's a very simple lock. It's quite a nice little design. It's all held together with 2 pins here that have been split. So you've got a pin at the front, pin at the back. Obviously you can see here there's been a chisel or something similar put across. As you can see, the chisel mark all the way through, splitting the pin, and that just forces itself open a little bit and holds the front guard in place, which then holds all the bolts and everything else in place. So lovely little lock. I wouldn't exactly say high security, but I like the design. Anyway, that's all there is for tonight. I have one other thing that I have planning at the moment, but we'll come around to that another day. Hope you're all well. Good night. Nostar.